Welcome back to the podcast. As a financial coach, I often see people wrestling with their money, their time, and their talents. It feels like a constant struggle with no clear way to get ahead or feel secure. We try all the strategies, budgeting apps, savings plans, investing advice, but something still feels off. What if the problem isn't the strategy? What if it's the foundation? Today, we're going to dive into a powerful, liberating, and often misunderstood concept, biblical stewardship. This isn't just about tithing or managing your bank account. It's a foundational worldview that transforms how you see everything in your life, your money, your relationships, your health, even your career. It shifts your perspective from feeling like a stressed out owner to a trusted, responsible manager of God's resources. If you're ready to move from simply managing your resources to truly magnifying them for God's glory and your own flourishing, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome to Financial Coaching Kingdom, the podcast that helps you align your money with your purpose. I'm your host, John. We've all felt the weight of financial stress, the sleepless nights, the silent disagreements with our spouse, the feeling that we're just not in control. But what if there's a better way? What if managing your money was less about math and more about peace of mind? On this podcast, we'll explore a different kind of financial freedom. It's not just about what you earn or what you owe. It's about the emotional clarity that comes from being on the same page with your spouse, the spiritual strength you gain from worshiping God with your finances, and the deep satisfaction of knowing you're building a lasting legacy for your family. Every week, we'll cut through the noise to bring you simple, powerful truths that will help you move from financial chaos to confidence. If you're ready to find clarity, grow in unity, and live with purpose, you're in the right place. Let's get started. As a financial coach, I often see people wrestling with their money, time, and talents. There's a deep desire to do well, to provide, and to build a secure future. But sometimes the approach feels disjointed, lacking a clear framework. This is where the profound, liberating concepts of biblical stewardship step in. It's more than just budgeting or saving. It's a foundational worldview that transforms how we see everything God has placed in our hands. If you're ready to move from simply managing your resources to truly magnifying them for God's glory and your own flourishing, let's dive in. Let's begin with the very definition of who we are in context. In ancient time, a steward was a trusted manager of another person's property, household, or affairs. They weren't the owner, but they had significant authority and responsibility over the belongings of their master. Their role was to manage wisely, protect, and grow the master's assets for the master's benefit. Think of Joseph in Potiphar's household, Genesis 39, 4-6. Potiphar put Joseph in charge of everything he owned, recognizing Joseph's integrity and ability. Joseph was a steward, not an owner. He had immense power and responsibility, but it all belonged to Potiphar. In the biblical sense, you and I are stewards. God is the ultimate owner of everything, and He has entrusted us with a vast array of resources. This understanding shifts our perspective from our money or my time to my resources entrusted to me. This isn't a burden. It's an incredible privilege and responsibility. If a steward is a manager, then stewardship is the act of managing God's resources for His glory and purpose. It's the exercise in responsible oversight and care for everything entrusted to us by God, recognizing that He is the ultimate owner. This concept extends far beyond just our finances, though money is certainly a significant part of it. Biblical stewardship encompasses our time, how we spend our 24 hours each day. Are we using it for intentional growth, service, rest, and connection? Our talents and abilities, the unique skills, gifts, and strengths God has given us. Are we developing them, using them to serve others and bring Him glory? Our relationships, how we nurture our connections with family, friends, and colleagues and community. Are we investing in healthy, life-giving relationships? Our bodies and health, the physical vessels God has given us. Are we caring for them wisely through nutrition, exercise, and rest? Our influence and platform. Any sphere of influence we have, whether small or large, are we leveraging it for good, for God's kingdom? The earth and creation. Our responsibility to care for the planet God created. In essence, stewardship is living with an awesomeness that everything that we have is a gift from God, and we are accountable for how we use it. It's about living purposefully, acknowledging God's sovereignty in every area of our lives. The concept of stewardship is woven throughout the entire fabric of Scripture, from Genesis to Revelations. It's not a peripheral topic. It's essential to understanding our relationship with God and our role in His creation. God is the owner of everything. This is the foundational truth of biblical stewardship. Before we can manage anything, we must acknowledge that who is truly belongs to. Psalm 24:1, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Haggai 2:8, the silver is mine and the gold is mine, declares the Lord Almighty. 1 Chronicles 29:11 through 12. David's prayer of praise acknowledges, your Lord, it is the greatness and the power and the glory and the majesty and the splendor, for everything in heaven and on earth is yours. Wealth and honor come from you. You are the ruler of all things. When you face a financial decision, a time crunch, or a challenging relationship, pause and remember that it isn't solely your problem. It's your resource. It's God's, and He's inviting you to partner with Him into management. This perspective can alleviate immense pressure. We are entrusted with resources. God, in His incredible grace, chooses to delegate the management of His creation to us. This is the essence of our stewardship role. Genesis 1:28. God gives humanity dominion over the earth and its creatures, implying a responsibility to tend and care for it. The parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14 through 30. This parable is a cornerstone of biblical stewardship. A master entrusts different amounts of money, talents, to his servants. Those who manage wisely and grow what has been given are praised. The one who buries it out of fear is condemned. What talents has God entrusted to you? Are you managing them out of fear, or are you actively seeking ways to multiply them for His kingdom? This isn't about earning more for yourself, but about using what you have to create more impact for God. We are called to be faithful, not necessarily successful by worldly standards. The Bible emphasizes faithfulness and wisdom in our management, not just the accumulation of wealth or power. 1 Corinthians 4:2. Now it is required that those who have been given a trust must prove faithful. Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be honest with much. Don't get caught in the comparison trap. Your faithfulness is what matters to God, not how much you have compared to others. Focus on being a good steward of your little, and God will see to the rest. This often looks like consistent, disciplined choices rather than grand gestures. Stewardship involves generosity. A hallmark of faithful steward is an open hand, recognizing that everything is God's encourages a spirit of giving. Proverbs 3:9-10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled with overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. 2 Corinthians 9:7. Each of you should give what he has decided in his heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Tithing and giving are not just church requirements. They are acts of worship that acknowledge God's ownership and your trust in his provision. It's often the first step in unlocking a generosity mindset that impacts every other area of your financial life. Stewardship involves diligence and hard work. While God provides, we are called to be active participants in the process, working hard with the abilities he has given us. Proverbs 13:4 says, "A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied." Colossians 3:23-24. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you are receiving an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Your work ethic matters. It's not just about earning a paycheck, but about honoring God through your efforts and your dedication. Are you giving your best to your job, your home, your community? Stewardship requires wisdom and planning. The Bible frequently calls us to be wise, to plan, not to live impulsively. Proverbs 24:27. Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house. Luke 14:28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Budgeting, setting financial goals, and getting educated about money aren't just practical skills. They are acts of biblical wisdom. Don't be afraid to seek counsel from the financial professional like me or a trusted mentor. You've heard the wisdom and you understand the benefits. But if putting it all into practice feels overwhelming, you don't have to do it alone. A budget is a roadmap to financial peace, and I can help you create one that works for your life. Ready to take the first step? Contact financial coach johnllc.com today and schedule your free consultation. Let's get your budget working for you. So, how do we practically live as a confident biblical steward and put these truths into our lives? Number one, we have to acknowledge ownership. Start every financial decision, every time commitment, every talent investment by consciously recognizing this belongs to God. How does He want me to manage it? Budget with purpose. Your budget isn't a restrictive cage. It's a strategic plan for how you steward God's resources. Align your spending with your values and your God-given priorities. Give first. Make generosity a foundational habit. It's a powerful act of worship and trust. Save and plan for the future. Be like the ant. Build emergency fund. save for big goals, and invest wisely, preparing for both known and unknown needs. Develop your talents. Continually learn, grow, and seek opportunities to use your unique gifts for the benefit of others and the glory of God. Seek wise counsel. Don't go it alone. Find mentors, financial coaches, a trusted advisor who can offer godly wisdom. Cultivate contentment. Fight the urge to keep up with others. Find joy and satisfaction in what you have rather than constantly striving for more. Biblical stewardship isn't about rules and rigid formulas. It's about transforming relationship with God that impacts every area of your life. When you embrace your role as a faithful steward, you'll find that not only financial stability, but also profound peace, purpose, and joy of participating in God's incredible plan. Thank you for being here with me today. Your support means so much. If you have thoughts on this topic, I'd love to hear them. Leave a comment or a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you know a friend, a family member, or a coworker who needs to hear this, send it their way. Let's keep building this community together. And God bless.